There's something truly special about finding a hairstyle that makes you feel radiant, confident, and completely yourself. And if you've crossed the threshold of 60, you already know that beauty isn't about chasing trends or fighting the passage of time. It's about celebrating where you are right now and choosing styles that enhance your natural grace and wisdom. Your hair tells a story. It's been with you through every season of life, and now it deserves to shine in a way that honors both your experience and your vibrant spirit. The right hairstyle can brighten your complexion, soften your features, and bring out a youthful energy that has nothing to do with trying to look younger, and everything to do with feeling wonderful in your own skin. Today, we're going to explore 5 beautiful hairstyles that were created with women over 60 in mind. These aren't cookie-cutter looks. They're thoughtfully designed cuts that work with the natural texture and volume of mature hair, while adding movement, dimension, and a fresh perspective to your overall appearance. Whether your hair is fine or thick, straight or wavy, there's something here that will speak to you. Each of these styles brings its own personality. Some are classic and timeless, while others carry a hint of modern flair. What they all share is the ability to frame your face beautifully, bring attention to your best features, and give you that feeling of lightness and renewal every time you catch your reflection. So settle in, take a deep breath, and let's discover which of these hairstyles might become your next signature look. Because at 60 and beyond, you deserve to feel as stunning as you truly are. A soft layered bob that brings gentle movement to your face. There's a reason the layered bob has remained beloved for generations. It's versatile, elegant, and remarkably forgiving, especially when it's tailored to complement mature facial features. This isn't the severe, blunt bob of decades past. This is a softer, more nuanced version that uses layers to create dimension and a sense of airiness around your face. When we talk about a soft layered bob, we're looking at a cut that typically falls somewhere between the chin and the shoulders. The magic happens in the layering technique. Instead of a heavy one-length look, your stylist will create subtle graduated layers throughout the hair. These layers do something wonderful. They remove bulk without sacrificing fullness, and they allow your hair to move naturally rather than sitting stiff and flat. For women over 60, this movement is particularly important. As we age, our hair naturally becomes finer and may lose some of its youthful density. A layered bob works with these changes, not against them. The layers create the illusion of volume, especially when styled with a bit of lift at the roots. And because the layers frame your face at varying lengths, they draw the eye in a flattering way, softening the jawline and bringing attention to your cheekbones and eyes. One of the most beautiful aspects of this style is how customizable it is. If you have a round face, your stylist can angle the front pieces slightly longer to create a slimming effect. If your face is more elongated, shorter layers around the crown can add width and balance. And if you're blessed with natural wave or curl, those layers will embrace your texture and give it life, rather than weighing it down. The layered bob also offers you flexibility in how you wear it. On days when you want something polished, a quick blow-dry with a round brush will give you a smooth, elegant finish. On more relaxed days, you can let it air-dry and scrunch in a lightweight mousse for a tousled, effortless look. The layers ensure that even with minimal styling, your hair has shape and personality. Another practical advantage is how well this cut works with color. If you're embracing your natural silver or white hair, the layers catch light beautifully and showcase the dimensional tones in your hair. If you prefer to add lowlights or highlights, the layers give those color variations depth and prevent them from looking flat or one-dimensional. Maintenance is also refreshingly simple. Because the style relies on soft, blended layers rather than sharp lines, you can go 6 to 8 weeks between trims without the cut losing its shape. This makes it ideal for women who want to look put together without spending hours in the salon chair every month. What truly sets the layered bob apart is the way it honors where you are in life. It's sophisticated without being stuffy, youthful without trying too hard, and it allows your personality to shine through. When you walk out of the salon with this cut, you'll notice how it frames your face like a work of art, how it moves when you turn your head, and how it makes you feel both polished and free at the same time. This hairstyle whispers confidence. It says you know yourself, you appreciate quality, and you're not afraid to embrace a look that's both timeless and gently modern. A pixie cut with soft texture and wispy layers. If you're ready to embrace something bold, liberating, and utterly chic, a textured pixie cut might be calling your name. This isn't about going severe or harsh. This is about a shortcut that's full of life, personality, and gentle femininity, carefully crafted to enhance your features and celebrate your confidence. The modern pixie for women over 60 has evolved beautifully. It's no longer just one standard short crop. Instead, it's a thoughtfully designed cut that uses varying lengths and soft texture to create dimension and interest. The key is in those wispy layers, particularly around the crown and sides, which prevent the cut from looking too tight or severe. One of the most transformative aspects of a well-executed pixie is how it opens up your face. When hair is kept short and properly shaped, it draws immediate attention to your eyes, your smile, and the elegant lines of your neck and shoulders. It's almost like removing a veil. Suddenly, your features are center stage, and there's nothing competing for attention. For mature women, a pixie with soft texture offers remarkable versatility. The layers can be styled in different directions depending on your mood and the occasion. You might sweep them forward around your face for a softer, more romantic look, or style them up and back for something sleek and modern. The beauty is that even with minimal product, a textured pixie holds its shape and looks intentional. Many women worry that short hair will make them look older or more masculine, but the opposite is often true when the cut is designed with femininity in mind. Wispy, feathered layers around the hairline soften the overall look. Slightly longer pieces at the crown add lift and prevent flatness, which is especially important if your hair has thinned over time. And leaving a bit of length at the nape creates a graceful transition rather than an abrupt ending. The maintenance of a pixie does require regular trims, typically every 4 to 6 weeks, to keep the shape crisp and prevent it from growing out awkwardly. But the daily styling time is remarkably short. Most mornings you'll need just a small amount of styling cream or pomade, perhaps a minute with a blow dryer if you want extra volume, and you're ready to face the day. There's also something deeply practical and freeing about a pixie cut, especially as we move through our 60s and beyond. It's cool in warm weather, quick to wash, and eliminates the weight and bulk that longer hair can sometimes carry. You'll use less shampoo, less conditioner, and spend far less time worrying about tangles or flat spots from sleeping. But beyond the practical benefits, there's an emotional dimension to choosing a pixie. It's a declaration of confidence. It says you're comfortable in your own skin, you're not hiding behind your hair, and you're willing to try something fresh and a little daring. Many women describe feeling lighter, both physically and emotionally, after making this cut. The textured pixie also works beautifully with natural gray or silver hair. In fact, shorter hair often shows off the beautiful tones and variations in mature hair color more effectively than longer styles. Whether your hair is pure silver, salt and pepper, or has warm undertones, a pixie cut will display those nuances like a gallery displays art. And here's something wonderful. If you've always been curious about short hair but felt hesitant, your 60s are the perfect time to experiment. You've earned the right to try new things, to step outside your comfort zone, and to discover parts of yourself that might surprise you. A pixie cut can be that gentle adventure, that small rebellion that makes you feel alive and visible in the most beautiful way. When you run your fingers through a textured pixie, when you catch your reflection and see how it frames your face, when friends tell you how radiant and confident you look, you'll understand why so many women call this cut liberating. It's more than a hairstyle. It's a celebration of who you are right now. A shoulder-length cut with face-framing layers. Sometimes the most beautiful choice is the one that sits comfortably in the middle, neither too short nor too long, but perfectly balanced and endlessly flattering. A shoulder-length cut with face-framing layers offers exactly that kind of beautiful equilibrium, especially for women over 60 who want style, versatility, and ease all in one package. This cut typically falls right at or just above the shoulders, creating a length that's long enough to feel feminine and soft, but short enough to be manageable and modern. What makes it truly special are the face-framing layers that start around the cheekbones or chin and gradually blend into the longer length at the back. These strategic layers work like gentle spotlights, drawing attention to the parts of your face you most want to highlight. They can soften a strong jawline, add width to a narrow face, or create beautiful movement that catches light as you move. Unlike heavy, one-length hair that can drag your features down, these layers lift and brighten your entire appearance. For women whose hair has become finer with age, this length and layering technique is particularly kind. The shoulder length provides enough hair to create the appearance of fullness, while the layers prevent it from looking stringy or limp. When you add a bit of volumizing mousse at the roots and blow dry with intention, you can achieve a look that's both polished and naturally full of body. One of the greatest advantages of this style is its incredible versatility. On casual days, you can let it air dry with a sea salt spray for relaxed, beachy waves. For something more refined, a straightening iron or smooth blow dry creates sleek sophistication. Want a special occasion look? The length is perfect for soft curls, an elegant updo, or even a simple half-up style with the face framing layers left loose and flowing. The cut also works beautifully with different hair textures. If your hair is naturally straight, the layers add movement and prevent it from looking too flat or severe. If you have wave or curl, the layers enhance your natural texture and give it definition rather than fighting against it. And if your hair sits somewhere in between, the layers help it find its own personality rather than just hanging limply. Another thoughtful aspect of this style is how it interacts with your wardrobe. Shoulder-length hair sits at a length that complements most necklines beautifully. It's not so long that it gets in the way when you're wearing scarves or statement necklaces, but it's long enough to soften the area around your neck and collarbone, which can be particularly flattering as our skin changes with time. The maintenance routine for a shoulder-length layered cut strikes a wonderful balance. You'll want to visit your stylist every 8 to 10 weeks to keep the layers fresh and prevent split ends, but the style is forgiving enough that you won't look unkempt if life gets busy, and you need to stretch that appointment a bit longer. Daily styling takes only as much time as you want to invest, anywhere from 5 minutes to 20, depending on the look you're creating. Many women find that this length and style combination gives them a sense of youthfulness without looking like they're trying too hard. There's something inherently graceful about hair that moves softly around your face, that catches light in the layers, that frames your features without overwhelming them. It honors both your maturity and your continued vitality. This cut also photographs beautifully, which might seem like a small consideration, but brings joy when you're capturing memories with family or celebrating special moments. The face framing layers ensure your features are visible and highlighted, while the overall length and movement add dimension and interest to the frame. What women love most about this style is how it makes them feel both put together and natural at the same time. It's professional enough for any setting, yet relaxed enough for everyday life. It says you care about your appearance without being high maintenance. It's approachable, warm, and genuinely lovely. A chin-length bob with blunt ends and subtle layers. There's a refined elegance to a chin-length bob that few other hairstyles can match. When it's cut with blunt ends and subtle interior layers, it creates a look that's both modern and timeless, structured yet soft, sophisticated yet surprisingly easy to maintain. This particular variation of the bob falls right at the chin or just slightly below, creating a precise line that gives the style its distinctive character. The blunt ends provide a clean, intentional finish that looks polished and put together, while the subtle layers hidden within the cut ensure the hair has movement and doesn't feel too heavy or solid. For women over 60, this style offers a wonderful combination of structure and flattery. The chin-length placement draws attention to your face in a balanced way, neither overwhelming your features nor hiding them. It creates a frame that highlights your eyes and smile, while the blunt edge adds a contemporary crispness that keeps the look from feeling dated or matronly. The beauty of the blunt-ended bob lies in its versatility with different face shapes. For those with round faces, the vertical lines of the bob create a lengthening effect, adding elegance to your proportions. If your face is more angular, the blunt ends add a softness that complements rather than competes with your natural bone structure. And for oval faces, this cut enhances the balanced proportions you already possess. What makes this particular bob special for mature women is how it addresses common hair concerns with grace. The blunt ends make even fine hair appear thicker and fuller at the bottom, creating the illusion of density and health. The subtle layers throughout prevent the top from looking flat, which can be a concern as hair naturally thins with age. Together, these elements create a style that looks abundant and vibrant. The styling possibilities with a chin-length bob are more diverse than you might imagine. The classic approach is a smooth, sleek blow-dry that emphasizes the clean lines and blunt edges. This creates a look that's sophisticated and timeless, perfect for professional settings or special occasions. But you can also embrace texture by adding gentle waves or curls with a curling iron or hot rollers, which softens the blunt edges and creates a more romantic, relaxed aesthetic. One of the practical advantages of this cut is how well it behaves. Because the ends are blunt and the overall shape is structured, the bob tends to fall into place naturally, even after you've been caught in the wind or removed a hat. It has an inherent memory of its shape that longer, more heavily layered cuts sometimes lack. Maintenance is straightforward and predictable. You'll need regular trims every 6 to 8 weeks to keep the blunt ends crisp and prevent the shape from growing out unevenly. But between those appointments, the style holds its integrity remarkably well. Daily styling can be as simple as a quick blow-dry with a paddle brush, taking perhaps 10 minutes from wet to finished. The chin-length bob also offers a beautiful canvas for color work. Whether you're embracing your natural silver, maintaining your preferred shade, or adding highlights and lowlights for dimension, the clean lines of the bob showcase color beautifully. The blunt ends create a solid foundation that makes color appear more vibrant and intentional. Many women describe feeling more confident and powerful after getting a chin-length bob. There's something about the clean lines and structured shape that conveys competence and self-assurance. It's a style that commands respect while remaining approachable and feminine. It's as you take yourself seriously without taking yourself too seriously. This cut also works wonderfully with glasses, which is a consideration that becomes more relevant as we age. The chin-length placement ensures your hair doesn't interfere with your frames, while the blunt ends create visual interest below the glasses rather than competing with them. It's a harmonious combination that many women with eyewear appreciate. What ultimately makes the chin-length bob with blunt ends so appealing is its sense of intention. This isn't a style that happens by accident or grows out randomly from something else. It's a deliberate choice that reflects thoughtfulness and taste. When you wear this cut, you're making a statement about who you are. Someone who values clarity, elegance, and a touch of modern sophistication. A shaggy textured lob with movement and volume. If you're drawn to styles that feel a bit more relaxed, effortless, and full of personality, a shaggy textured lob might be exactly what you've been searching for. This is a longer bob, typically falling somewhere between the chin and collarbone. But what makes it special is the deliberate, beautiful chaos of its layering and texture. The term shaggy might sound casual, but this is a carefully crafted cut that uses strategic layering throughout to create movement, dimension, and an enviable sense of volume. Unlike more structured bobs, the shaggy lob embraces a lived-in, slightly undone aesthetic that feels modern, youthful, and wonderfully approachable. For women over 60, this style offers something particularly valuable: the appearance of abundant, healthy hair with natural movement. The heavy layering removes weight and bulk, which allows even fine or thinning hair to spring to life with volume. The varying lengths create shadows and highlights within the hair itself, adding depth that makes the overall look appear fuller and more dynamic. One of the most appealing aspects of the shaggy lob is how forgiving it is. Because the style is intentionally textured and imperfect, you don't need to worry about every strand being perfectly in place. In fact, a bit of messiness is part of the charm. This makes it ideal for women who want to look polished but don't have the time or inclination for extensive daily styling routines. The cut works beautifully with natural texture. If your hair has wave or curl, the layers will enhance and define those patterns, giving them life and preventing them from looking heavy or shapeless. If your hair is straight, the texture and layers create the illusion of movement and body that might not exist naturally. And if your hair falls somewhere in between, the shaggy lob will coax out its best qualities. Styling a textured lob is refreshingly simple. The easiest approach is to apply a texturizing spray or mousse to damp hair, scrunch it gently to encourage natural movement, and let it air dry. The result is effortlessly tousled and full of character. If you prefer something slightly more polished, a quick pass with a diffuser or a rough dry with your fingers while blow-drying creates volume without requiring precision or fuss. The longer length of the lob also provides versatility that shorter cuts sometimes lack. You can easily tuck it behind your ears for a different look, pull the front sections back with a clip or headband, or even gather it into a small ponytail or bun when you need your hair out of your face. This adaptability makes it practical for active lifestyles and varying occasions. Another wonderful quality of the shaggy lob is how it softens facial features. The textured layers that fall around your face create a gentle, flattering frame that can minimize the appearance of fine lines and add a youthful glow to your complexion. The movement in the hair catches light in beautiful ways, creating an almost luminous effect that draws attention to your best features. Maintenance for this style strikes a perfect balance. Because the cut is intentionally imperfect and textured, you can stretch your salon visits to every 8 to 10 weeks without the style losing its essential character. As it grows, it simply becomes a slightly longer version of itself rather than looking neglected or shapeless. The shaggy lob also pairs beautifully with both natural and colored hair. If you're embracing gray or silver, the texture and layers showcase the dimensional tones gorgeously, preventing the color from looking flat. If you add highlights, lowlights, or balayage, the varying lengths create depth and interest that makes the color work appear more sophisticated and natural. Many women who choose this style describe feeling more relaxed and confident, as if they've given themselves permission to be a bit more carefree. There's something liberating about a hairstyle that doesn't demand perfection, that looks better with a little tousle and movement, that invites you to run your fingers through it without worry. This cut embodies a beautiful philosophy: that elegance doesn't require rigidity, that sophistication can be comfortable, and that looking wonderful doesn't mean spending hours in front of a mirror. It's a style for women who've learned that true beauty comes from authenticity, confidence, and embracing the perfectly imperfect nature of life itself. Finding the right hairstyle is so much more than just a beauty decision. It's about honoring who you are, celebrating this remarkable chapter of your life, and choosing something that makes you feel wonderful every single day. Each of the 5 styles we've explored today offers its own special gifts, its own way of framing your face and expressing your personality. Whether you're drawn to the timeless elegance of a layered bob, the bold confidence of a pixie, the balanced beauty of shoulder-length layers, the sophisticated structure of a chin-length cut, or the relaxed charm of a shaggy lob, there's no wrong choice. The right hairstyle is the one that makes you smile when you look in the mirror, the one that feels like you. Remember that your stylist is your partner in this journey. Bring photos, share your concerns, talk about your lifestyle and how much time you want to spend on styling. A skilled stylist will help you adapt any of these cuts to work with your unique features, hair texture, and personal preferences. And here's something important to remember: hair grows. If you try something new and it doesn't feel quite right, you can always adjust it or grow it out and try something different. Your 60s are a time for exploration, for trying things you've always wondered about, for giving yourself permission to experiment and discover. You are beautiful exactly as you are. These hairstyles are simply tools to help you feel as radiant on the outside as you are on the inside. Choose the one that speaks to your heart, trust yourself, and step into this next phase with confidence and grace. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path.